Hello everyone. Before discussing about compartment model, I would like to make you familiar with certain terms like rate of reaction, order of reaction, that is first order kinetics, second order kinetics, half-life, elimination half-life, and elimination rate constant, etc. First, let us discuss about rate of reaction. Pharmacokinetics. Pharmacokinetics, it's nothing but what the body does to the drug. Once a drug gets administered, what the body does to the drug. Okay. What it's usually happen, the drug get absorbed, metabolized, distributed, and then eliminated, right? So this is the process. So after analyzing this, you can arrive at an equation, right? So the principle of pharmacokinetics can be expressed in terms of equation that can be used to predict the nature of the process. In the sense, so after analyzing the administration, metabolism, elimination, and the distribution, you are coming up with a equation. That equation is used to just to predict how much amount of the drug will be absorbed, okay, rather than metabolism and distribution and elimination. Fine. So then let's discuss about rate of reaction. Rate of reaction is nothing but the rate at which, the speed at which, the velocity at which the reaction occurs is known as rate of reaction. If you look at this equation, the drug A which changes to drug B, okay. So if the amount of drug is decreasing with respect to time, that is, the reaction is going into the forward direction, isn't it? So the rate of reaction can be expressed as minus dA by dt. Minus the sign, it's used to represent that the drug get decreased, okay. And also this reaction, this expression can also be written as plus dB by dt, since the amount of the drug B is increasing with respect to time. So A get decreased and the B get increased with time. So the rate of reaction can also be expressed in terms of dB plus dB by dt. Usually the parent drug, that is the substance which is having pharmacological action, can be measured experimentally. In the sense, the drug that is administered can be measured, but after it get metabolized, the product of decomposition of the drug, that is, it is very, very difficult to measure, but the rate of reaction can be measured. How? By just determining the disappearance of the drug at a given time interval. In the sense, you can withdraw this blood samples periodically and you can just find out the amount of the drug which is present in the blood. Okay? That is how the rate of reaction can be determined. Next, order of reaction. Order of reaction, which refers to the way in which the concentration of the drug that influences the rate of reaction. Okay. For example, if you look at this, in the first one, we are having initial concentration of the drug is 100 milligram. Okay, and then the initial concentration of the drug, that will become 50. Okay, the time taken by the concentration of the drug to reduce its original concentration is 2 hours here. So then after you look at this, and from 50 it will become 25 within another 2 hours. Okay, so this is one of the way the concentration of the drug get reduced, or otherwise it can be this one is the concentration, the rate of reaction, it is depend on the concentration. If you have more concentration, then the elimination will be more. That is, if you have 100, the eliminated amount is 50. If you have 50, then 25. If you have 25, then 12. Like that. And another way is, here the concentration get reduced by 10, right? 10 milligram. Every 2 hours it will reduce to 10 gram. So it's independent on the concentration. Whatever the concentration may be, the elimination, here the elimination will be 10 only. Okay, whatever the concentration may be. Okay, it is independent of the concentration, whereas this is depend on the concentration. If you have more amount will be reduced. The half of the initial amount will be reduced. If you have less amount will be reduced. So this is the way. Okay, the way in which the concentration of the drug, the concentration of the drug or a reactant, which influences the rate of reaction, it refers to order of reaction. For example, the same reaction, we will take the same reaction, drug A, that will changes to drug B. Fine. Suppose if we keep the concentration of the drug A, okay, the concentration of the drug A, that reduces the rate of reducing concentration. So as the reaction proceeds, the concentration of the drug A get decreased. So the rate of reaction it's usually written in terms like this, dC by dt. So here the rate of reaction, it's written as a function of concentration. Okay, instead of writing A, here written as a function of concentration. dC by dt is equal to Kcn, okay, K power n. So it depends on the concentration. In the reaction, we can put 1 or 0, whether it's a 0 order reaction. If it is depend on the concentration like this, depend on the concentration. நிறைய இருந்தா அதுல பாதி, நிறைய குறைச்சிருந்தா அதுல பாதி. So that is depends on the reaction. This is independent of the reaction. என்ன இருந்தாலும் 10 will be only the same amount will be eliminated. So here the dC, the rate of reaction, is usually expressed in terms of, here it is written as a function of C. Here the concentration of the drug is drug A is C. Okay, dC by dt is equal to constant. This is concentration of the reaction to the power n. N is order of reaction. K is rate constant and n is order of reaction. Now we will look at the zero order reaction. If the amount of the drug A decreases at a constant time interval, the rate of disappearance of the drug is written as dC and dt is equal to minus K. Here, instead of this, in the equation, instead of this power n, okay, C power n, if you put 0, what happens? C to the power 0, it will become 0, right? So the same equation can be written as, so here C power 0 is 0. So it can be written like this. Here the same thing only, in the equation they are substituting the 0, so it can be written like this. And where here according to this 0, this is we are discussing about 0 order, right? So instead of K, just to represent this as a 0 order reaction, we are writing K is equal to K0. So the reaction can be written like this. Okay, this reaction can be written like this, dC by dt. Instead of minus K, we are just substituting with the 0 order rate constant, and we are just taking this dt to this side, so that the final equation will be like this. Now we are just integrating this equation. So we are integrating just to find out the C naught, okay, C naught as a function of t. Okay, so we are integrating with respect to the concentration. So integrating with respect to the concentration, we need to find out the concentration, how much amount of the drug is reduced, right? That only we are going to find out. So the reaction can be integrated. The same equation can be written as a integration by using integration time. We are using integration sign. This is an integration time, right? This is integration time. So the same can be written, only we are adding this symbol. Fine. So if you look at your book, directly they have given this step. Okay. if you are studying on your own, definitely you will break your head. It's very difficult to understand. Here dc, so after integrating, if you put an integration sign, so here this is one of the formula, integration formula, right? That is this equation, the integration x to x power n dx is equal to x n power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Right? So since we are discussing about zero order reaction, here the n can be given 0. Right? Usually according to the integration, x to the power 0 is equal to 1. Okay? If we give, okay, this is zero order reaction. So if we are substituting the 0 with this n, it will n is x is equal to x power 0, right? So see, according to this integration, x to the power 0 is equal to 1. Fine. So if we look at this, so this pattern and this pattern, okay. So if you put integration, this pattern and this pattern, it seems to be same, but only thing is this xn, it's missing. Okay. So if you put 1 here, it will be the same value only. So instead of this putting 1 here, we are going to use this one because x is equal to 1. Okay. So now the reaction, this pattern, this integration can be written like this. C instead of x, so we are integrating dc, right? So c power 0, c naught, c power, okay, c power c0, c power 0 dc is equal to the same equation I am just applying. Okay, since we are integrating this one dc, instead of x we are using c, so it will be like this. So again the value will be 1, so the same dc is equal to c, so the same value only we are writing, the c. Like this is a constant, so we are taking this out and we are just integrating dt, and now it will become only t. Okay, how you write? So t power 0 dt t 0 plus 1, t power 0 plus 1 by 0 1 is equal to t. So again t. Now we need to take a limits for this, we call that as limit. So this is used to find out the area. Okay, area on the curve. For example, this is a curve. So if you want to find out this area, so if you put these limits here, okay, in this equation, you can easily find out the concentration. Now here we need to apply the initial concentration, and this is a final concentration. Final concentration, that's what you need to find out. Okay, so initial concentration, you know the amount of the drug it is administered, and this final concentration you need to find out. So this is a limit you are applying here, like that. This is 0 time, the initial concentration 0 time, and at any time, okay, any time you can find out the concentration. So the equation will be like this, and after that it can be written as c minus 0, c naught. So when you write something here, we say power. So when you write something here, c naught, okay, c naught, okay. C minus c naught is equal to, this is a constant, and here t minus 0. The final minus initial, and we are just taking this CO to other side, the next equation. So C is left alone this side, CO minus, here t minus 0 is equal to t. So this is the equation, right? So this equation, which more or less resembles this equation. So this is the equation. This is the general equation for any line on the plan xy. If you have xy, you need to find out the concentration on any line. So if you give this the T concentration can be easily find out. Okay, so here this is slope. Slope is nothing but concentration. Okay, change in concentration at, that is per unit time. ஒரு நிமிஷத்துக்கு எவ்வளோ கான்சன்ட்ரேஷன் சேஞ்ச் ஆகுது அப்படிங்கிறது. And x is equal to time, and this is intersect. If you look at this graph, here this side time, this is plasma concentration. This is the first value we are taking, right? This is an intersect, the point at which it reaches, it joins with the y-axis, CO, intersect. Here the initial concentration. Okay, initial concentration start to reduce, right? So this is an intersect. The intersect is CO, and x is time. Instead of time, this is slope, and here y you can easily find out. So using this formula, you can easily find out the concentration at you can easily find out the concentration at any time. This is initial concentration. Okay, this is time, this is slope. By using this, you can find out the concentration at any time. This is a small illustration to make you understand the zero order, the difference between zero order reaction and first order reaction. Fine. So this is inside the body. You just consider this side is inside the body, and this side outside the body. Okay? And now I have 4 elimination pump. 1, 2, 3, 4 pump. Okay? If I have more concentration, if I have one drug will be, it's eliminated through this. Okay? If I have 2 drug, I have 2 elimination pump, so it will be eliminated. If I have 3 drug, the 3 drug will be eliminated. If I have 4 drug, the 4 drug will be eliminated. So higher the concentration, okay, the higher will be the drug elimination. For example, if you have 100, 50 will be eliminated. If you have 200, what happened? 100 will be eliminated. So more the concentration, higher the concentration, higher the drug will be elimination. So this is first order reaction. This is first order reaction, and so it depends on the concentration. So this reaction, first order reaction, which depends on the concentration. Okay, so the elimination which depends on the concentration. Coming to this, zero order reaction, the same thing. I have 4 elimination pump. If you have 4 drug will be eliminated. But if you have 5 drug, there is a saturation in this, in the pump. So there is no way which cannot be eliminated. The 5th one cannot be eliminated. So constantly 4 drugs will be eliminated. Okay, even though you are having more amount, only this much amount will be eliminated. For example, you have 100 milligram. And 90, even though you are having 100 milligram, only 10 milligram is eliminated. Even though you are having 90, it's 10 milligram. Up to 10 also, 10 milligram only eliminated. So this is zero order reaction. It's independent of the concentration, whereas this is depend on the concentration. Depends on the amount of the drug you have, the elimination will be there. So depends on the drug, the rate of reaction will be there. So this is independent. The rate of reaction will be independent on the concept. So zero order reaction, the rate is independent of the concentration of the drug which is undergoing the reaction. So zero order reaction it's independent of the drug, independent of the concentration of the drug which is undergoing the reaction. Even though you are having high amount or a low amount, no matter how much amount of the drug is, or concentration of the drug is available, only the same amount of the drug will be eliminated. So the rate of reaction, in the zero order reaction, the rate of reaction is independent on the concentration of the initial concentration of the drug. So this is another illustration to make you understand the zero order reaction and the first order reaction. Here the zero order reaction, the same thing, that is 100. Zero order reaction, it is independent of the concentration. Even though you are having 100 milligram, only 10 milligram is eliminated every 1 hour. Fine. And coming to this side, the first order reaction. Here every 2 hours half of the drug is eliminated. That is depends on the drug concentration. So zero order reaction, this was the final equation we have arrived with. Fine. Let's look at the half-life of the zero order reaction. Half-life is defined as the time period which is required for the concentration of the drug to decrease by 1/2 or 50% of the initial volume of the drug. Okay, so half-life, the time is become half of the time. So we can written T is equal to T half. So in this the concentration. So the concentration becomes completely half, right? If you look at this, the 100 milligram, here the 100 milligram, okay, it will reduce to 50 milligram only after 5 hours. Okay, we are discussing about T half. So after 5 hours, it will take 5 hours. When the drug becomes 100 to 50 milligram, it will take 5 hours. Fine. This is the first half-life. And after that, from 50 to 25, in between this, 50 to 25, it will take 2.5 hours. Fine. And 12, okay, above 12, it will take 1.8 hours. And 12 to 6, it will take point something. Okay, if you look at this half-life, the time period, the elimination, the 50 to, when the drug is become 100 to 50, it will take 5 hours. 50 to 25, it will take 2.5 hours. The time period, it differs, the half-life, right? So half of the time, okay, this is T. When we start, the time is T, right? So when the 100 milligram becomes 50 milligram, the time becomes 5 hours. It will take 5 hours. So half-life, we say this is half-life. The time taken for the drug to become, the concentration of the drug to become half of its original concentration. We call that as the 5 hours. It is half-life. So at the time, what happened? The concentration becomes half, right? So C we can write as, that is initial concentration, it's become half. 100 becomes 50. So we can write the equation like this. So thus the equation, the original equation we have studied, can be written as, so instead of this C, we are just substituting with CO by 2. Instead of this C, we are substituting with C. The remaining is the same in the final equation. Okay, we have arrived with the equation. Instead of this C, we are just substituting with the CO by C0 by 2. So the same equation we have substituted. Fine. Now we are taking this KO minus K0 T half to this side. So it will become like this, the equation, which leaves this C0 this side. only C naught this side, and again this everything goes to this side. Fine. Now again we are just taking this CO by C2, C naught by C2 this side, so it will become minus. Fine. Minus. Now we are taking LCM, both the same, right? So we are taking this out, and 1 minus 1 by 2. That is 1 minus 1 by 2, it's half, right? So the same equation we are writing like this, and we are so after the subtraction it will become half. Fine. KO is missing here. KO. So when we take this KO to this side, here it will become KO. So half T is equal to that half-life. It is proportional to the initial concentration of the drug. That is depends on the drug. Okay, and then it is inversely proportional to the zero order rate constant. So same thing only I have written here. So 0 C naught by 2 KO, 1 by half is equal to 0.5 CO and K. So half-life, that is proportional to our initial concentration and inversely proportional to the zero order rate constant. So we are finally arriving that from this equation, T half of the zero order process, it's not constant. So if you look at this side, this is half-life, right? So 100 to 50, it will take 5 hours. And if you look at this next step, this is 2.5 hours. So that is not constant. T half is not constant, and it is proportional to the initial concentration and inversely proportional to the rate constant. Then moving to first order reaction, the rate of decomposition of the reaction, that is the rate of reaction, the drug, that is proportional to its concentration. The reaction is said to follow the first order kinetics and the linear kinetic mono exponential rate process. We will discuss it now. So in the same equation, instead of n, okay, if we substitute with 1, because this is a first order reaction, we substitute with 1, then the reaction, we can get the equation like this. The rate of reaction, it is the reaction, instead of this 1, we will have n, right? So we are substituting the n with 1. So we will end up having the reaction dC by dt is equal to minus C, and we are just dC is equal to K dt by dC. We are just taking to this side and this side. So this is an equation. dc by c is equal to minus k dt. So we are now integrating the equation. Just integration sign I am given. I am just taking the constant out and we are just giving the integration sign as if we have done it before. Fine. Now according to this integration rule, if we substitute the n with minus 1, that is n to the power minus 1, it also can be written as 1 by x, or it can be written as log x. So this pattern, instead of this pattern, we can write as log x or ln x. Okay. So 1 by x can be written as log x or ln x. Fine. So here if you look at this, 1 by c dc is equal to log c. 1 by here, that is here dc. So 1 by dc is equal to log c or ln c. Ln c is equal to, this is integrating this one, t0 as we have done in the previous one, t0 dt, t to the power 0 plus 1 by 0 1 is equal to t. So we will get t and constant here and we get t. Right? Now we are applying the limits to this log c, ct, and this is the final concentration, this is the initial concentration. Right? So we are giving a limits to this. Sorry, we are just taking a limit as this is initial value, this is final value. So you would have remembered how we have get the log c. Log c, we have 1 by x is equal to 1 by x can be written as log c or ln c. So 1 by dc can be written as log c. Right? And we are just taking a limit. This is initial value, this is final value, this is initial time, this is final time. You know how we have got this t, right? This by using the equation, this one. Okay, this one. So again, which can be written as log ct, final value minus initial value, and k, final value, final minus initial 0, and log we are just taking this to the other side. So we are rearranging the equation. Log ct is equal to log naught, log t is equal to log naught by kt. And after that, so from this, after rearranging this, we get the equation like this. Okay, and here ln base is always e. Okay, exponential. So if it is a ln x in the mean, ln x or log x can be written like this. Okay, so here ln, instead of log we can write ln also. Okay, ln. So ln x or log x can be written like this. So this equation is written following this pattern: log exponential ct, log exponential co by ct. Kt. And finally, we will arrive with this equation. In another video, I will tell you how we arrive this equation, what are the formulas we are using. So this is how in this your book they have given. I'll tell you how we get this in the another video.